Dustin Travis reporting for Newslink. We're here in Ocala, Florida. Ocala is about 45 minutes south of Gainesville, Florida. Ocala is a beautiful part of the state. It's in north central Florida, and it's known for its magnificent horse ranches. It actually bills itself as the horse capital of the world. And we're here today at the Ocala Airport to get a little bit of information about the Experimental Aircraft Association and their involvement in the community, and just a little bit about what they're about.
Hi, my name is Bob Law. I'm the president of the local EAA-Chapter here in Ocala, Florida. EAA stands for Experimental Aircraft Association, and what we do, it's an organization that started back in 1953, that Paul Perez and he started, and he just wanted to get people together that wanted to build airplanes, and it expanded into more and more every year. They have a warbird section, they have an antiques, or what they call a vintage section, they have a home built section, which a lot of people have built their own airplanes in their garage, by the way, and then taken to the airport. Also, there's an aerobatic section of the it's called the IAC, it's called the International Aerobatic Club, and they perform, the pilots perform at air shows around the United States, but they also compete, and they compete against other countries of the world. They've had the World Aerobatic Championships in Oshkosh, and every 2 years they have it somewhere around the world. I think the last one was in Bulgaria, but that's basically how it got started. But today what we're doing is we're having a local chapter meeting, and I usually start showing a video that the national organization sends us, and then we have a little club business, little treasury reports, secretary report, all that sort of stuff, and then we have a guest speaker. Today we have one that's flown a lot of angel flights, and angel flights, what they do is they take people to hospitals, doctor's appointments, and things like that. They fly them to where they can only get certain medications or certain medical treatment at those facilities, and it's all done free. We also have a Young Eagles program, which a Young Eagles program is for kids 8 through 18, and what we do is give them a ride in an airplane, give them an hour of ground school to kind of give them an introduction to the aviation industry. And what that does, it helps get our youth involved in aviation, because as you look around the different chapters around the United States, we all have kind of gray hair and white hair, and we're getting older and older, and the Young Eagles program is designed to get people involved in aviation, not necessarily flying, but some of them get interested in engineering, they get in mechanics, electronics. There's hundreds of jobs in the aviation industry. The cost to join is, in our chapter, is $20 a year, but you have to have the national membership for the EAA, and that runs about $35, $40, and the camaraderie is really great. I mean, we could go to different other chapters around the United States, and it's kind of like meeting your big family. You have a brother somewhere in Schenectady, New York, so to say. Once a year they have a convention in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which is the headquarters for the EAA. They call it Air Venture, and that goes on for a week. And during that convention, that is really like having 60,000 of your best friends camping next to you, because it's the largest air show in the world. The control tower is the busiest control tower in the world during that week. Last year, or actually this year, we had over 600,000 visitors, 40,000 campers, and well over 10,000 airplanes, really is what they said, over 10,000 airplanes. And it's just one of the biggest air shows in the world. You cannot see it in 1 week. You cannot see it all. So you have to go back every year. And it's such a home feeling that you want to go back every year. And you meet people from across the world that you never knew before, and they're just like your brothers. And they're from all over the world, different countries. So that's about it.
Meet my friends every month. We are EAA, Experimental Aircraft Association, local Ocala chapter, Chapter 812. I'm in charge of membership for the chapter, the greeting committee. We do meet the third Saturday of every month at 9:30, but you come early and we show videos and we talk, and a lot of people are here at 7 o'clock for breakfast. It's a great breakfast at Tailwinds. And you do not have to be a member to come to the chapter. It's open to anybody. If you'd like to join on the 1C, it's $35 when you first join. That's because we have to buy the name tag. But our annual fee is $20 a year, and it's been that way for about 20 years. We never go up on it. But the $20 helps with the Young Eagles that we fly. We promote Young Eagles. We have our Christmas party. But mainly we do fundraisers and try to gather all the funds we can for the kids. We weren't trying to get kids in aviation, young kids. So we support that a lot. We're helping several young high school kids get their private ticket right now. But it's just a great bunch of people. If on a third Saturday, drop by, see us. We try to have a guest speaker every month. But if not, just meet fellow aviators. Even if you don't fly, but you just want to fly or you just want to hang around an airport, come in. Come and sit in our meeting. Like I said, you don't have to join. But if you do join, you do have to be a member of National EAA in Oshkosh. And I can tell you how to do that. And the reason that being, we're covered under their insurance. So that's the really only main reason to join National. So join National, then you can join our local chapter. But like I said, you don't have to be a member, you don't have to join. We want everyone to come in. And if you just even never been in an airplane, never been in the air, we can make it happen. We can do that for you. So and we have so many volunteer opportunities. You don't have to fly. You don't even have to know how to fly. But like our Young Eagles, we need volunteers all the time to help us get the kids to the plane, get them in the plane, get them out of the plane, and we teach you everything. But you will love it. Once you've been here and you've done some of the volunteer work and work with the kids, you'll do it every month. It's just great having them.
So actually somebody can become a mentor and help the youth maybe get a path in life and just be a success in life.
Exactly. And our chapter also works Sun and Fun every April. We volunteer on Block Night. That is an awesome thing to do. If you've never been to Sun and Fun, you need to come down here and we can make that happen. But I'd say about 50% of our members volunteer down there, and we just love it. We have a good time. And you're around airplanes for over a week, 24 hours. So what better way to spend a week? Just hanging around planes.
Good morning. This is the Young Eagle program. The Young Eagle program has been in place since 1983. The program is basically designed to introduce youth to aviation. There is a pilot shortage. I'm the chapter coordinator. I've been involved in the Young Eagle program since 1994. I have been both a Young Eagle pilot, a Young Eagle chapter coordinator, and a Young Eagle volunteer at Oshkosh. The program so far has flown well over 2 million people. The 2 million Young Eagle was flown by Harrison Ford, a special treat for her. I've heard the word awesome probably more times in my life than I've ever thought I would. It's just an excellent program. Part of the program gives them a logbook to pique their interest. The logbook has also got a code on the back. Hal Shavers at Sporty's Pilot Shop pays for their ground school, and when they pass ground school, Sporty's Pilot Shop will pay for their very first flight lesson, which is an incredible value. Ground school itself is a $500 value now. The first flight is $125 value, so the logbook is very important. The last rally this year will be November 10th. The first rally from the beginning of next year will be in February. It'll be the second Saturday in February.
Well, there you go. So if you want to get your children, the younger generation interested in aviation, come out to the Ocala Airport. Contact the Experimental Aircraft Association, and they'll get you set up to have this younger generation involved in aviation.
Welcome. I'm John Edsel. I'm a former Navy pilot, flew P-3s for 20 years for the Navy, chasing submarines around the world. I'm also an adjunct professor for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. These are 3 of my students who are getting dual enrollment credit in high school. They're all members of Trinity Catholic High School. I'm also a member of the EAA-Chapter 812, as well as I fly Young Eagles. We do that about 4 times a year. Part of that program is designed to keep gentlemen like this interested in pursuing an aviation career while they're going through classes for the Embry-Riddle syllabus. These 3 here today are enrolled in the ground school for Embry-Riddle courses, and what they're doing is that's the precursor to them starting their flight training to become private pilots. They'll do that in the spring. We encourage about 70 students now who are operating at Trinity Catholic under the dual enrollment program for Embry-Riddle, and we use the EAA Young Eagles events to, as I said, keep them interested. Young Eagles, we transport them, actually we fly them for about 30 minutes each, and they get the opportunity to handle flight controls on some of those flights. Part of this is so that they can get an actual translation of what it looks like from the classroom into practical aspects operating in the aircraft. Also to keep their enthusiasm built, and we found over the past that really solidifies a person's interest in the program. These gentlemen have a great opportunity in that regard, and our chapter also sponsors them for portions of their flight training costs. They are required to come up with $2,500 of their own, and the additional $4,000 that's needed to qualify under Cessna 152 for the private pilot's license, we help to provide that through grants and scholarships through various organizations. Today we have with us David Kim, Michael Gangler, Tommy Hurst.
The profile of that aircraft, it will fly at 25,000 feet. It will cruise at about 225 to 245 knots. The cost of it is, at one point, was $500,000 compared to $1.5 million for any of the normal turboprops we'd have to look for. So it's a conversion was done in Pennsylvania. There's a company that bought that out and then started it, but here's an aircraft that had a career as a piston-driven aircraft and has turned into a relatively inexpensive but very fine turboprop aircraft.
You're 84 years old, sir, and you're still flying?
I still fly. My own airplane.
Your own airplane, 84 years old.
Right. And November I'll be going up to Massachusetts with it. It's just a little Cherokee 150. I'm gonna wear out. I'm not gonna rust out.
That's right.